legends. How are we going? We're good, yes? Yeah. Oh, man, that's exciting. I'm pumped. The comedy's back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited because the last time I was doing comedy before the lockdown, one of my last gigs, I was in Adelaide Fringe. Anyone here been to Adelaide Fringe before? Give us a cheer. If you haven't been, don't go. Anyway, full of theatre dorks. You don't want to know about it. Anyway, I was, that's great. I was at Adelaide Fringe, right? I walked down to the stage. If you haven't been to Adelaide Fringe before, by the way, there's circus wheels, there's theatre people performing, it's all going on. There was a guy with like a full-body lizard tattoo. His whole body was just covered in tattoos, and he was out the front of my tent for some unknown reason, just juggling a chainsaw, not distracting at all. Anyway, right, and also the chainsaw had no chain on it. Fucking coward, you know what I mean? Also, you're a lizard man, you know what I mean? Your leg's gonna grow back. What are you thinking? Anyway, right, so all that's happening, right? Also, the main reason I go to Adelaide Fringe every year, it's the same time the V8 supercars are on, and in the back of my show, all you hear is and God, it makes me hard. Anyway, so good, right? But I walk out onto the stage, all that's going on in the background, I walk out into a tent, I walk out on stage, before I grab a mic, the guy at the back goes, "Hey, mate, if you're here, who's looking after the Ferris wheel?" I was like, that's pretty good, you know what I mean? Like you know when you get done over, you're like, no, that's... Damn it, I'm more of a dodge 'em car guy. I was trying to... And then I went into a 111-day lockdown, had a lot of time to think about it. It's tough for Brits. But it's good. I was recently in a regional... Is anyone here from a regional town? Give us a cheer. One person, nice. The sound guy? No one cares, mate. Anyway, trying to do a show. But I was in regional Queensland. I was in a town called Condamine, and I had to head to another town called Meandarra, right? And I got lost. Classic city slicker move. My iPhone died, right? I went into a random pub to ask for directions, and when I was in this pub, I met the most Australian man. Like, look at me. I met the most Australian man I have ever met in my life, and he gave me the most Australian answer. I said, "Mate, how far is it from this town to Meandarra?" And he goes, "Mate, it's about an 8-can journey." I was like, how good is that? You know what I mean? When you just fuck off kilometres and start speaking in tinny, you know? Like, I was like, I respect that, you know, right? But I didn't want to look like an idiot in front of him, so I was like, an 8-can journey. Most people drink 2 beers per hour. Therefore, it is a 4-hour journey. I was like, "Oh, mate, just 4 hours up the road." He's like, "Nah, mate. 15 minutes. Reason why there's a lot of high fatalities on this road, sir. I believe it is you. But I used to have an ex-girlfriend. Sorry to brag. I used to have an ex-girlfriend. Sir, a few exes in your life? Calm down, Casanova. Got ya. But I used to have an ex-girlfriend, right? And she's the most amazing, incredible thing. Men, women, everyone in between, please take note of what my ex-girlfriend used to do, right? What she used to do, she used to take selfies of herself in lingerie. Never used to send them to me. I'm not angry about it. Just move on, guys. Anyway, selfies of herself in lingerie, right? Then she used to put them into a group chat with all her female friends, right? Then all her other female friends in that same group chat would then do the same thing, selfie themselves, and then put it into the group chat. Then every single female member of that group chat would then have to write one positive comment about each other's bodies. That way they're feeling strong, independent, and secure within themselves going into the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never yes queen before in my life. But as soon as she told me that, I was like, yes queen! Like, that is the most beautiful, inspiring thing I've ever heard. Like, so inspiring that I decided to do the same thing with my group of mates from back home in Perth. Right, but I stepped it up a notch, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Mama didn't raise a coward, right? So I whacked in a nude selfie, right? And I put into the group chat. It's called Da Boys, of course it is. Anyway, you know it, right? And put in the nude selfie, right? And then my best mate, Ian, of 22 years, just wrote back, "Shit dick, fatty." Then my other mate, Joe, just super zoomed into my penis And now that's the image for our group chat. So, if anyone knows how Facebook works, I would really like to delete that. Zuckerberg, if you're around. But during COVID, I got a new job. I was working construction. What are the odds? 110%. I was throwing stuff into a skip bin and I had a great time. I was working construction and I was working with a young guy. His name was Henry. He was the apprentice, right? And I don't know what it is. When you work with someone who's significantly younger than you, like he was 19, I'm 34, and for some reason in my stupid head, like I wanted him to think I was cool, you know what I mean? Like I was like, hey man, you got any cool Tarzos? You know, like, have you got a tech deck? You know, let's do it. He's like, who is this old prick speaking to me? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I got a yo-yo and stuff going on. But I was trying to relate to him. I said, Henry, you know, have you got a partner? What's going on? And he goes, yeah, I've got a partner. 19 years old. I've got a partner. I've settled down. 19 years old. I've settled down, right? And then he said the weirdest thing straight after that. He goes, I've settled down. I've had my peace. I've had my... Like, what are you, fucking Paulie from The Sopranos? You know what I mean? You've had your piece, you're holding an espresso martini, you got the sun visor on. What are you talking about? What Henry's trying to say, as a 19-year-old boy, not a man, as a 19-year-old boy, Henry has had everything available to him on the sexual hemisphere. As a 19-year-old boy, he can now settle down because he's had his piece. I'm 34. I reckon I've had a 16th of the pie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lying. It's a 32nd or whatever that number is, right? I flipped out. I lost my mind at Henry. I said, Henry, have you ever had sex with a middle-aged woman, Henry? No. Then, son, you have never fucked before, you know? I started getting deep. I started getting specific. I said, Henry, have you ever been on a Kentucky tour, Henry? Have you ever been on a Kentucky tour in the south of France? And yes, you know it's a wine region, but that's not why you're there. You're with your best friend Ian of 22 years. You're at a pool party. Pitbull's playing in the background. Grab somebody sexy, tell them, mate. You're in the pool party, Henry. You're in the pool party having a good time. Next thing you know, two French backpackers jump in the pool. One of them jumps on your shoulders. You're in an arm wrestle with another couple, Henry. You're in an arm wrestle with another couple. Next thing you know, she spins around. You start exploring her with all her feminine glory, Henry. Have you ever been in that situation before, Henry? No. Henry, have you ever rocked up to your best friend's house, Ian, of 22 years? You knock on the door. Ian is not available. His mum answers the door. She's in a shower robe. Next thing you know, a strong gust of wind knocks that off her body. You see her in all her 45 years of glory. Next thing you know, you're hanging under the shower curtain. She's sucking you up like you've never believed, Henry. Have you been in that situation before, Henry? No. Henry! Have you ever been to California? Yeah, you know that's not how you pronounce it, but you don't give a shit, right, Henry? You hire a Porsche 911 off a guy called Jorge, you buy a gram of cocaine, next thing you know, you and Jorge are zooming up the mountain, next thing you know, you jump into the back seat, you start questioning your sexuality, what it is to be a man, you start exploring his body, you're having a great time. Have you ever been in that situation before, Henry? No. Well, me neither, but, God, the mind wanders, you know? Powerful thing. Anyway, guys, I've been Brett Blake. Thank you very much for this evening.